The Ford Explorer is America's SUV, or crossover since it went unibody in 2011. But call it whatever you want, it is popular. Visit almost any small town in America and you're sure to find an Explorer. Over 7 million customers can't be wrong, right? Well, for 2016, it has received a mild facelift, a more powerful base engine, and a new top-of-the-line trim called the Platinum. Offering more power and more luxury, the new Platinum obviously also costs more money. So, is it worth it? Well, I'm gonna do what a lot of Explorers do each and every year, the family road trip. We just left Big Sky, Montana, and we're heading to Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Now, along the way, we're gonna visit a lot of cool touristy places, like a grizzly bear reserve, a little park called Yellowstone that has some hot mud and water, and some scenic overlooks. Taking me along the journey is gonna be a white Platinum 2016 Ford Explorer Platinum. As mentioned, the Platinum version adds luxuries not even available in the limited version of the Explorer, along with the power of the Sport. Think of it as an answer to GMC's Denali range of vehicles. Ford claims one of the most important reasons people buy the Explorer is its exterior appearance. So for the redesign in 2016, they've played it pretty safe and just modernized it in the front and rear. While we're heading down the highway, this gives me a moment to talk about all the driving assist technology stuffed into the Explorer Platinum. Active Park Assist, Adaptive Cruise Control, an active lane keep system, and rain sensing wipers are all included. But best of all, the front and rear cameras have built-in washer jets. Now, anyone who lives in this snowy, slushy belt like I do knows how important that will be in the winter, as the cameras are always covered in dirt. With the Explorer being such a big, heavy vehicle, all of these assists do come in handy. I've always been impressed with the full-speed adaptive cruise control, and for 2016, it's still great. And I need to talk about the active lane keep. Ford has created a system that's more than just an on-off switch. What they allow you to do is customize how you want it to operate. It can either just give you a warning, or give you assist, or give you both. And on top of that, you can set the level of intensity from low to high. And how does it work? Well, pretty well. Driving through gradual corners, I found that it's not overly aggressive in keeping your lane, but it also doesn't let you wander over the lines before bringing you back. Paired with the adaptive cruise control, it really makes highway driving easy. The only way to get the EcoBoost V6 in the Explorer previously was to get the Sport model, but not everybody wanted the stiffer ride and aggressive styling of the Sport. So with the Platinum, there's now another way to get that engine. The downside is it is quite a bit more expensive, starting at just under $54,000 after destination charges. Still, a 3.5-liter V6 making 365 horsepower and 350 pound-feet of torque is welcome in an SUV that weighs almost 5,000 pounds. It really comes in handy when climbing mountain passes like I am now. I wouldn't go as far to say the Explorer is fast, but the power feels more than enough for the vehicle. Never once did I hit the gas and think, I hope this car makes it up a hill. And I can imagine if you're loading up with 6 other people or you're towing a trailer near the 5,000 tow limit, you could really appreciate that extra grunt. The rest of the drivetrain consists of a 6-speed automatic transmission and all-wheel drive. Something of note about the 6-speed, besides it being smooth, is when you're going down some more moderate hills, it will actually downshift and hold the gear for you even if you don't have the downhill assist on. Big power, big weight, and all-wheel drive does not mean good fuel economy. And officially, the Platinum version of the Explorer is rated at 16 miles per gallon city and 22 on the highway. Although those numbers aren't great, at least it can run on regular fuel. Although the Explorer Platinum doesn't have the stiffer suspension of the Sport, Ford still wanted it to be able to handle a corner, largely due to its 255mm wide tires on 20-inch wheels. Now don't get me wrong, this is not a performance SUV, but I will say it handles better than say a Honda Pilot, but isn't quite as responsive as a Kia Sorento. I find it's a lot like the Toyota Highlander. But more importantly, the ride is smooth and comfortable, and Ford claims this is the quietest vehicle currently in their lineup, and I can't disagree. From behind the wheel, all outside noises are kept outside. It's fitting we're driving through Big Sky country because the Explorer is big, especially inside. Behind me there's 21 cubic feet of storage space, which is a lot for a 3-row crossover. In fact, that's one of the largest cargo areas in the segment. And to access it, the Explorer now has Ford's foot-waving technology that allows you to open it hands-free. Second row passengers now enjoy more legroom, up to 39.5 inches overall, and there's still 33.3 inches back here. This is one of the few 3-row crossovers that fits me in the 3rd row. The only downside is the Explorer set up this way is just a 6-passenger vehicle, as unlike some other crossovers, only 2 fit in the back. But wait a minute, if I'm sitting back here, who's driving? But it's up front where passengers are really pampered. The dashboard, seats, armrests, and upper door portions are all finished in Nirvana leather. And no, that doesn't mean they're styled with flannel and denim. Real wood and real aluminum can also be found in here, and for the first time ever, there's a brushed aluminum Ford logo stuck in the middle of the steering wheel. Ford has really paid attention to detail. Things like the headrest that's adjustable front and back, and the sun visors that can be pulled out to block the sun area are great little options. Overall, I really like the look of the new Explorer more than the old model. It's not over the top, yet it's really functional and looks classy. I've done a lot of driving today, and I really like the 10-inch display screen that's stuffed between the analog gauges. And keeping me entertained this whole time is the great 500-watt Sony stereo system. It's just too bad you still have to operate it through Mindford Touch, but its days are numbered and soon there should be Sync 3 in here. But best of all, keeping me nice and loose on this long drive are the massage front seats. They not only can be adjusted in intensity, but you can separate how much you want for both your back and your bottom. Well, it's been a long day, but we have finally arrived just outside of Jackson Hole, Wyoming. So what can I say about the Explorer other than it survived the trip? Well, it does a great job of hauling people long distances for long periods of time. It really is a premium crossover that falls somewhere between traditional luxury offerings and a mainstream vehicle. But more importantly, it gives Ford yet another way to sell the Explorer.